Hello there everyone, and welcome back to another novice video in the series for Once Human. In this video we are going to be talking about memetics, unlocking different memetics, what they are, where they are, and memetic specializations as well. It can sound complicated, but it's actually really simple. The first thing we're going to do is press O, and that will take us directly into our memetics window. And in here we have four major tabs. Starting with the first one, this deals with metal and metal refining. You can scroll down here and see we can unlock different types of ingots and furnaces. Depending on the level that we go down, we can unlock bronze, steel, sintered bricks, which is for making concrete structures for your home. And then a nice advanced furnace, which is electric. It crafts faster. It crafts up to 2 stacks at a time instead of 1, which is really nice. And you no longer need wood or charcoal. Then we have aluminum ingots and tungsten ingots. And you see that they do have pickaxes, but generally the only one you may need, the highest quality one you may need, is the steel pickaxe. And the reason that is because once these tiers unlock, you are going to want to go with an electric drill. It will mine instantly instead of taking several swings at a rock, and it can mine everything. Everything from copper all the way to tungsten, silver, and gold. And then there are advanced ones as well that are just, they give you more when you mine with them. Now that's just a brief overview of some of the things in here. And then we have fuel refineries. This is going to be used a lot in the second phase, not so much in the first phase, because there's more oil places in the second phase. Now, a tip for those who are just starting is that you see this furnace costs, or this copper pickaxe costs 2 ciphers. And what you can do is say, you don't really want to do it on any of the metal formulas, because you need those to stay unlocked. But eventually, when you come down here and unlock the advanced drill, and then you craft one, you can come back and unlearn this to get your ciphers back and some of your energy link back. So, because you will not have enough to learn everything in these memetics. Now, each week, and as you level, you do earn more of these ciphers. And then each week, as the scenario unlocks, like right now, we have to wait till reaches tame the Staroid, and on this server that's just in one more day. One more day this unlocks, and then we can start crafting all of these things. It's pretty much everything can be crafted once this next phase opens up. Now, but you won't have the amount of ciphers. But doing quests during that phase will give you another 120 extra ciphers. So that's nice. And then the very next week, you do quests and you can get another 120. So you eventually can unlock almost everything, but using this technique, you don't have to. Like for instance, let's go to the final tab here. I'm going to say I'm building a house. And I come down here and I spend, an enormous amount of ciphers and energy link to purchase the stone stairs, because you have to purchase everything prior to it as well. It's showing you the total cost of everything to get to this point. Well, once you are finished building your house, you can come unlearn all of these, and you'll have those ciphers extra. So that's a good tip to remember. And this looks kind of overwhelming, but it's really simple. And if you click on them, they show exactly what they unlock and what you need to use them. Now let's go back to the first tab. You've already been introduced to the disassembly bench. There's the refinery, and this resource detection stuff is not really needed in the game, but it's still there. That I know of, no one really uses it. And then the next tab, we have your supply bench and your weapon and armor bench. Now these are absolutely necessary. You'll eventually come all the way down here and buy the advanced supply and advanced armory. And then you may want the large synthesis bench if you plan on doing big prime wars and stuff. We'll talk about those a little later. And then, of course, all the way down here for the advanced ammunition, you can eventually make ammunition that is custom for your gun. And it will make your gun even more powerful than regular ammunition. There's quite a bit of awesome additions you can do in the game. But yeah, this is mainly weapon and healing. These HP recoveries. You should have a bunch of these activators, but you can use this and turn these into quick activators. It makes the cooldown faster than this would. If you're really struggling and you get damaged a lot, this is a really help. And as you go, you can create more powerful and faster ones. And you get down here, if you play in a group a lot, this one will heal in an AoE area around you. It's actually really impressive. Now on this tab, that's pretty much it, other than you're going to want adrenaline shots. If you get knocked down, these will let you stand back up without dying. And then leatherworking, if you want very specific hides, you can get this leatherworking thing, because different hides make your armor have different bonuses depending on what hide you craft your armor with. All right, the next tab, logistics. This is where your food and water systems come into play. Like you have your stoves and your foods down the middle. On this side, you have your water systems and your electrical systems. You come all the way down and you start off with basic solar generators and little terminals so you can make your wiring look nice. But then eventually you upgrade, you get storage batteries. They're for big logging platforms and such. And then you can upgrade to get more powerful. Like here you have 4 generators. And with this upgrade, you can go up to 5 generators. Plus you unlock a new kind of generator, a biomass. So if you're a big gardener and you just got food you're just going to throw away, you can throw it in here and it'll power your base. And then here's hydropower ones if you're near water. And then you can upgrade again so that you have 6 generators. And here at the final one, you get more advanced big solar generators and larger ones of all of the other ones. And these solar ones are really nice here. They give you lots of power for your base. down here, over here, the rainwater collection system. It's all right, but as soon as you can, I would suggest going to the water pumps because you can place these and they just pump water constantly. You don't have to wait for it to rain for it to collect water, and one of these will outperform 10 of these easily. And then if you plan on growing crops and everything, you're going to want this irrigation thing. You can have one of these attached to a filter system. We'll get all into the details in another video, but this will automatically irrigate your crops. And you use this water filter to do that. You connect this to this and to the water pump, and it will purify the water and spread it out amongst your crops. Then here we have the different stoves and different cooking dishes. We touched on these a bit in one of the last videos, that this is the best food in the game here for mining and such like that. You can upgrade how many deviants you have. You start with a maximum of 5. This will let you go up to 10. And when this new phase opens up, this will let you go up to 20. So you can have 20 active deviants in your base doing various things for you. Then we have the vending machine. This will be important if you like selling some of the stuff you make. Say you work really hard and you grow mutated crops that are for some of the high-end foods that boost people's damage and their weapons and everything. You need a vending machine to sell them. Instead of just standing out in the game and saying, hey, I got these for sale, meet me somewhere. You just put a vending machine down and people can see your vending machine. And you just put whatever you want in there and put the price on it, and you just leave it alone. And people will come and buy your stuff, and it automatically goes into your inventory. Your money does, or whatever you're trading for. It's really nice. And then we have the wish machine. This is where most of all your blueprints and such will come from. We're going to have an entire video coming up soon on the wish machine, because there is a bit to learn about using it properly and getting the best value out of your star crumb with it, your currency. Over here we have the planting, so you can do loamy soil, but I prefer to come on down and get planter boxes. They are nice and neat, and they're just better overall. And the compost bin, you can turn spare foods into fertilizer or spoiled food. Any kind of bio material you put in here, and you can turn it into basic fertilizer, which helps your plants grow faster. But then there are all kinds of advanced fertilizers, like you can yield boost, you can get more material, like more plants per seed. Growth boost, you can make them grow faster. But a really nice one is this one here, breeding boost. And with this one, say you just found one really rare seed, you can take and plant that seed, and when it loots it, when you go to pick this, it may give you 5 or 6 of that seed. So you can actually grow the amount of seeds you have, and then you can plant them in a lot more crop boxes to grow a lot more of those plants. So this is a really good one to increase your seed count. And then you have the mutation here, because the deviated version of a lot of plants is what is required for some of the more advanced foods. Over here we have, if you're into breeding and taming, this will let you capture wild animals, tame the wild animals, and breed wild animals. And the point of breeding them is to kill them for their skins and such, or you can have them as temporary companions in battle. And then here are basically carpets of the different skins and mounted statues that you can use. Okay, that it about does it for this tab. Let's go over to the building tab. Over here on the far left, we have the garage. This you'll need to build. As we saw, we got a free motorcycle, but as it takes damage, we'll need to repair it. And building this garage will let you do that. It will let you upgrade the motorcycle. If you come down here and buy modifications, you can make it faster, carry more fuel, have more durability. And then there are other vehicles. You can make a fuller vehicle. It'll be this car here, and then a ATV, all-terrain. It's almost like a Humvee. And there are more modifications. A bigger garage. Now this is a truck that can be built on a little bit for getting around, and you could build a small attack base on it, but really small. But then you could come down here to large garage, and you could build this thing, the trailer head, which you can basically build an entire house on the back of it and have a mobile home that roams around, and it does act as its own respawn place as well. It's pretty impressive, and it doesn't. You don't call it out. Once you create it, it exists in the world. It doesn't disappear. It stays out in the world. And then there are advanced modifications to make everything really, really fast. Going back up here, a really nice one is, you notice the size of our territory that we talked about in the first video. It's pretty small, but if you buy this, it increases the size of your territory by about 5 times or more. It makes your territory a massive area, but you can only do it if you're not near someone else, because you can't take over their area. You need a bigger space to upgrade it, and you'll see just how big it is. It's really nice to be able to have that, and then you can build to your heart's content. It's really wonderful. On our deviations, you will gather tons of them all over the world, different methods to doing it. And you can, like I said, you can have 20 in securements that you can use at any time, but you're going to end up with 100 or more in your inventory, and you may not want to get rid of all of them. You can get rid of the weaker ones if you want, but you can also build crates to store them in. Each crate, I believe, holds 16 deviants, and you can just store them. That way, if you're like, I'm not using it right now, but I might later, you just store it. Just store it away. That's a really nice recent addition that they did. And then your designer's workstation. This is for crafting and disassembling furniture blueprints. We will get into its own video on that coming up. It's a pretty detailed thing to talk about, is housing formulas and such. Starting at the top, you got your wood supports, your basic wood things, your basic storage, where you can build storage. Well, I'm actually going to purchase that so I can build a storage crate here. Let's go ahead and buy that. And then if you have extra weapons and armor you want to store, that's what these are for. And they actually have a really cool sorting system. When you put a weapon in there, it doesn't just throw it in there like a regular box. It actually puts it in a tier of the kind of weapon it is. So you can just go in and quickly, it's like, I'm looking for pistols. You click on pistol at the top, and it shows you all the pistols that you have in that crate. It's really nice. It's really nice. And these display facilities are really cool. You can mount fish and stuff, and you can hang weapons in your in your home, you've got a nice cool skin you want to show off, but you're not using that weapon, you can do that. And then the fish tank is really cool because you can place them down and then go out fishing. You can catch rare fish that have cool skins, and then you can display them, and they will swim around and live in your fish tank forever. It's really cool little details like this that make this game pretty awesome. And then all of this is different types of building pieces. Like down here is marble, and it's currently the most durable type you can get. Over here we have our defense for home, but it's also defense for when we do Prime Wars. So the basic defense, you get sandbags and stuff. I don't really ever use any of those. Don't use the taps, but these auto turrets are really nice. If you're going to purify your territory, which is something else that we will get into, you're going to want these, and of course it goes down all the way to where you can get close defense. Here's the best auto turrets you can get, the level 3 assault rifle. When you purify your territory, you'll be attacked by enemies, and these will help you by automatically killing some of them while you're focusing on different parts of your base to defend. And then down here, these turrets are for you use missiles to fire from these, and these are what you take to Prime Wars to shoot, to break the shields on the big bosses and stuff. And then there's different shields and things like that. Not too important. And if you ever want to test your damage, the test dummy is really, really nice. You can place it down, and it will show what your DPS is and how much overall damage you've done during that time. It's really nice for getting just a general gauge of how much damage you're doing, and testing mods and stuff. Like if you have different mods, which we'll get into really soon, it's a great way to test, see which one's better for your build. All right, that pretty much does it for standard Memetics. And like I said, just a reminder, you can go down to tier 3 right now, but you have to wait until the next phase to go to buy anything in the tier 4 or lower areas. But that on this server, that ends tomorrow. It says unlocks when the current scenario reaches Tame the Staroid. Now, there are some that are locked behind questing, and I do believe this is one of them. You see how this has how it has like a spider thing across it, and it shows locked. It says activate the Nova deviation in the task. And I believe what this is, we have to go fight the first boss in the story in order to unlock the generators. And once you do, it actually gives you a free generator to lay down, but then you can build more as well. And I believe there are a couple of different things like this. I'm not sure. Okay, like chainsaws, yes. We need to kill the very specific boss that unlocks this for us, but then we can buy anything else in this series. So that's why if you see someone and you're like, I have the ciphers for it, why can't I do this? It's you need to advance some of the story a little bit, and then you'll be able to do it. All right, that's it for basic Memetics. Now let's talk about Memetic specializations. Starting at level 5, once every 5 levels, you will unlock one of these specialization nodes. We're going to click on this, and as you can see, we've got one unlocked here, we've not selected, and then one unlocks every 5 levels all the way to 50. Now, down here, as you unlock some of these, say if I unlock 2 of them that enhance my furnaces, it will give me a little tag that I can equip that's just saying, hey, this person, if someone inspects your character, it's like, oh, this person knows a lot about the furnaces. They can craft advanced furnaces for other players. That's all this is for. So it's not really needed. You don't even need to change this. But these, we're going to go ahead and click this. It's going to give us 4 random options. And you can only choose one. Actually, I got 2 really good ones here that I'm going to have to choose from. I'm probably going to choose the ammo factory one. Now, what these are is they say what they are. Like, this is for the disassembly bench. It makes it so that every time I disassemble parts, fabrics, and plastics, I get 30% more of those items. And this one is for the workbench. Crafting output plus 50% when I make regular ammunition. So if I make 100 ammunition, it's going to give me 150. This one is actually really nice and saves you a lot of materials. Chef's knife is, you will craft this, and then when this item is in your backpack, anytime you skin an animal, you'll get extra meat. And there's an extra chance that you'll get things like for the deers drop milk and stuff, you'll get extra of their byproducts. And then this one, of course, is increase the durability of your traps and your rifle turret by 50%. Like when you're doing your purification, creatures will attack your guns you lay down, but this gives them more durability. But the best one here in this one, even though it shows this is a purple, this by far is the best one for us because we'll be using a lot of ammunition. So we're going to click on it and then hold F to confirm it. And this one's called Supplies Workbench Ammo Factory. And now we've got that one. And currently we don't have another one of these unlocked because we need at least 2 in the same category, Master Craftsman, in order to get a new specialization. Now, as these unlock, if you will get multiple choices. You get 4 choices every single time, and it's completely random what they could be. So sometimes you might get one that you just really, really don't want. And you will have a couple of these reset canisters. You won't get many. I think at maximum for the entire scenario, you can earn 5. And this will let you, like, if I didn't like this or any of the options I had, I can hold F to reset, and it will let me choose it. Now, it may put some of the same ones on there again. It's all chance. But it may also show me new ones that are just amazing. I'm going to do a whole video on all of these because there's too many. There's probably 100 or more different ones of these, and we can't look at them all right now. We'll have to go and make a graph or something to actually show all of the ones that are available. This is just an introduction on how to use them. And 3 times per scenario, you may go into a dungeon and kill a boss, and it drops an item with an icon that looks just like this. And what that is if you can loot this specialization from bosses. You can loot any of them. And if it happens to be one that you want that you don't have, you can come in here and 3 times per scenario, you can automatically replace one that you have with one that you've looted or someone else has looted and you have bought from them. You can sell these when you loot them from bosses. It's pretty nice. So you can, even if you don't roll and get the ones you want, you can eventually buy the exact ones you want to complement your build. Say, like for instance, we have this workbench here that's got this now 50% output when crafting regular ammunition. There is another one that does 50% output when crafting the special ammunition. And then I believe there's another one that reduces the material cost for all ammo crafting. So there are several different ones, and there's one that increases the amount of healing items you get when you craft with it. But the important thing to learn is, now that we've created that specialization, if I come over here and I press B and I'm looking at my supply workbench, it does not show that it is advanced yet. It's because this already existed before I learned that specialization. So what you need to do is create another one. You see how now it's going to put an enhanced effect up there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to demolish this one. Go back in here. Oh, didn't mean to get violent. And now it will have the enhanced effect. So anytime you get a new specialization, like if we had got the disassembly bench one, you would have to disassemble this and create a new one in order to get the special effect. See, now this will give me extra ammo whenever I craft ammo here. All right, I hope this helped. And any other questions you have about specializations or memetics, just let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys later. If you like these videos, please subscribe. It really helps. And let me know any videos that I may miss, any questions, just let me know. And if I see you on the server, just say hi.